Hi there, this is Sherri Walker, your dog-loving realtor, and today we're going to talk about reverse mortgages. I have the distinct pleasure to introduce to you Liz Anderson. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Sherri.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're glad to have you. Tell us what you do for a living.
So I am with American Pacific Reverse Mortgage Group, and I work strictly in the reverse mortgage segment of our industry.
Okay, fantastic. And now one of the things you might not know is that you can actually buy a home using a reverse mortgage and never make a payment. Did I get that right?
That is pretty true. The only thing that you have to remember is that you won't have that principal and interest payment, but you will always be responsible for property charges. So homeowners insurance, property taxes, and any HOAs or anything else that has to do with that property or its community. Other than that, you are correct. No principal and interest payment as long as one person that takes out the reverse mortgage remains in the home as their primary residence.
Okay, fantastic. Now, Liz, tell us about some of the myths around reverse mortgages, because I've heard some horror stories. It's been a lot of years now, but tell us how things have changed.
Correct. So I am in agreement with you. When I first got into this industry, a lot of negative stigma revolved around reverse mortgages. They have since then evolved quite a bit. The biggest myth I think that I still hear often is, I don't want to do that loan because that is the loan where the bank owns my home. That is not correct. The bank does not own the home. Whoever is on loan is on title and vice versa. If you did a reverse mortgage and 5 years from now, you wanted to move and sell that home, you're the owner. You can still sell that home, pay off whatever the balance is of the reverse mortgage at that time, and take the remaining equity with you. That's probably the biggest myth that we still hear.
Okay, great. So what I'm hearing then is if you have children or heirs, that there is still something to give to them. Is that correct?
So there may be, just depending on the timing of the market and how long those borrowers actually live in the home. The way that a reverse mortgage works is it's age driven. So if borrowers exceed those actuarial tables of how long they're expected to live and they actually live longer, then, and perhaps even the market's not in a good place at that time, then there may not be equity left in the home. But in many instances, there still is equity in the home for those heirs.
Okay, great. So just to make sure we understand, who is the best candidate for a reverse mortgage?
So that's a very general question. You do have to be 62 years and older to qualify for a reverse mortgage, but there's so many diverse uses now of a reverse mortgage that it's definitely based off of what the goal is for that borrower. Like we said, you can purchase a home, so downsizing and not utilizing all of your proceeds is probably the biggest benefit. Other people use it as a financial planning tool. Leave money in the stock market. We saw with COVID that the stock market tanked. So then people started thinking outside the box and thinking, you know what, maybe I need to replenish some of my income using a reverse mortgage.
Absolutely. That's a great idea.
Lots of different ways and uses of a reverse mortgage rather than a needs-based loan. That's not what it is anymore.
Okay, great. And is there any category or profile of a person that you would tell them not to get a reverse mortgage?
Yes, absolutely. So a reverse mortgage, just like any other loan, has a lot of fees involved with it. I would always tell people, okay, what's your long-term goal? Do not use this loan as a Band-Aid or a short-term loan, because once you spread out the fees long-term, it makes more financial sense. If you're gonna do this for, like I said, 1, 2, 3 years, I would look at other options unless this is like a last resort. It has to be long-term or for as long as you see yourself in that home.
Okay, great. Is there anything else that you think is important to tell our viewers that we haven't shared with them yet?
All I'm going to say is that you should look at all options when considering a reverse mortgage. I know before people would just give traditional loan options, and now more and more people are starting to do some research on reverse mortgage and starting to realize, okay, you know what, I can put this into a financial plan for retirement. So just look at it, review it, see if it's a good fit for you, and if it's not, it's just something you were able to utilize and look at, and perhaps later on down the line it's something that you might reconsider.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I hope that answers your questions about reverse mortgages. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact us at the link below. You can contact me directly and I'll put you in touch with Liz. And thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
Same here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.